Well, my friends, Papa Keith, the game director for Star Wars The Old Republic, has finally come out on the forums to talk about bugs. 200 plus? Let's talk about it. Hello, my friends. Boomy here once again with another video for you, my SWTOR brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today in a galaxy far, far, far away? If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button for all your SWTOR fun, especially news, and sometimes guides and updates right here, right now. My friends, that's right, we have news. We have more bug fiction news. That's right, because the community has been like, yo, what bugs and when? We need to know when. And we have a preliminary date, a very possible date as to when a patch will come, 7.0.1 or 701, that will have 200 plus fixes attached to it. I jokingly just say, so that's just the invasion part, right? But yeah, let's get into it. It's a lengthy post and we'll discuss it. So let's get into it right now. Papa Keith says, I wanted to offer some insight about what's been happening since the release of our expansion on the 15th. First of all, thanks to all the players who have shown Legacy of the Sith of our new, our new cinematic trailer a lot of love. I'm going to be honest here, the cinematic trailer got all the love. The new expansion, however, well, I guess we all define love in different ways. Many teams came together and worked very hard to make both very possible. A small handful of us were able to spend launch week in an in-person ops room, watching players react to the trailer, and then start pouring into servers will remain a fun memory for you. Oh, that's good. That's good. Secondly, we know that 7.0 was not a smooth transition. That is putting it extremely lightly for some players, a lot of players. So we have been very busy since the launch day resolving issues, minimizing any downtime while fixing key issues without requiring a game patch. For example, during our first 72 hours, we identified critical bugs such as the stupid chair that hates Boomy, and the issues with key binding resets, empty gear boxes, and combat styles on characters not displaying properly, and we corrected them all. Except the Chair of Death. Sorry, I'm just bitter. Since those initial fixes went out, the team has been reading reports and crying, and feedback coming in and making additional adjustments. At this point, further changes will require a full patch. In this upcoming patch, which we are labeling as, well, 701, you can expect the below changes and more to be included. Here are some of the most reported bugs we will be fixing. Adjusted contrast and inventory screen. Rakata med text weapons and offhands can now be upgraded at the operations gear upgraded vendor. Rakata, because I cannot say that name to save my life. Force Lord's weapons can now be upgraded. The category filter in the ability window is now showing all the categories, which I guess helps. The vehicles category now appears when the list is open. I mean, why not? The following now contain loot. Tyrannus Requisition Cache, Noble Decurion Chest, World Boss Equipment Crate. The Decurion gear containers and Decurion gear caches now contain gear for all combat styles and disciplines. Well, that's good. I'm really glad to hear that. Unifying colors on individual armor pieces is now correctly saved when leaving the outfit window. Galactic Seasons Reward Level 67 for subscribers now correctly grants the Slice Cybernetic Visual Enhancement implants. Legendary Companion Gift for Fenzeal as intended, because we don't have enough companions. Fix an issue I'm bitter about that too. Fix an issue preventing players with the Ryzen HS processors from viewing the list of available servers. Companions and invited NPCs no longer despawn during the Grawl boss fight in Secrets of the Enclave. Veteran mode flashpoints in Group Finder can now be queued by all players at least 15 plus. Story mode ops in Group Finder can now only be queued by players level 80 as intended. Players can currently preview many of these changes on the PTS that was open earlier this week. However, not a lot of people are on it from what I've been seeing. We are also working on putting together some preliminary PTS patch notes, which would be nice. They should have done it in the first place. So everyone playing on the PTS will have an understanding of what the bugs are fixed, or what bugs are fixed. We know that progress for some players is being halted in the Elam flashpoint when fighting Malgus. Since the initial report that has come in, the team has been looking into the bug to understand why players are experiencing it. Here's a little glimpse under the hood to give you some insight into why a potential fix is being tested on the PTS. PTS? What? PTS. There you go. We have experienced this bug when playing on our live characters. However, this bug does not present itself on our development servers. Reproducing a bug on development servers is step one in resolving any issue, as it allows us to dig deeper into the source of the problems. The biggest offender of this issue is when Malgus is pulling or pushing the player. This creates one or two possibilities. Something in the game is causing the player to take a substantial unintended spike of damage, which kills them, or the movement of their character is causing them to hit something we like to call death volume. If anyone out there is trying to start a heavy metal band, Death Volume is a great name. Just saying, yeah, we're Death Volume. Just saying, get it out there now or I'm going to do it. This is a space built into all environment. Pretty much, this is where you go. Like, if you jump into a seat, you die. If you go to an area they don't want you to be in, you die. So that's the area. I mean, there's a lot of things in my life which have now been considered death volumes. So, hey, it is what it is. He continues, the bug remains. In other words, they've been trying to find it, can't find it, and they say the bug remains, so our hunt for the fix continues. As this issue only wants to rear its ugly head on the live servers, we have made a couple of tweaks, most notably to the death volume band, which can now help us test right now on the PTS. As of this post, this patch will include at least 200 plus fixes of varying degrees. That's a lot of bugs, man. The player-facing fixes will be reflected in the patch notes. Because we are implementing all these fixes in one push, we want to ensure it's going to break something else. I just know it. It's going to ensure the necessary time is allocated to test them all to qualify. We are currently targeting March 22nd for 701, but we will update you all with a confirmed date as we get closer. 7.0 is a foundational update to the game. That's what it's a legacy of the foundational update. That's it, nothing more. The fundamental refactoring of all abilities and advanced classes into combat styles that no one asked for, the addition of the long requested loadouts feature, I think, and the beginnings of the new UI, UX, and itemization constitute the most significant systemic changes made in SWTOR since launch. These are only the first steps toward the ambitious and inspiring vision we have for SWTOR's future. We are excited to continue bringing this vision to life in the ongoing updates and additions coming into the game this year and beyond. More story will be coming, including new locations to explore, hopefully more than just 45 minutes. A PvP revamp and more visual modernization improvements are also underway. Put it on the Real Engine and see what happens. It was also always intended 7.0 would receive multiple updates in 2022 and beyond to celebrate 10 years of SWTOR, or 10 minutes of story. Not only does the launch of Legacy of the Sith begin the journey into updating the game, but this update also opens the doors to new players who have never experienced SWTOR before, and 7.0 is meant to invite new players to the game while also bringing new experiences to returning and veteran players. You know, the ones who are really pissed about everything, those guys. SWTOR is a 10-year-old game, yes, we know, that is very dear to us all, and we look forward to continuing the journey of a series of updates to make the game the best it can be. Keith. So there you have it, my friends. Papa Keith has come out to tell us that, well, I guess some things are going to get fixed. 200 plus bugs, which one could argue that should never have happened in the first place. But yeah, I've scoured the forums, man, and it is a dumpster freaking fire. And the main argument and point of contention is a lot of these bugs should never have happened, and they should actually start listening to people who actually do the PTS and talk about things, and yet none of it actually gets done. You'll have some of that every once in a while in other games as well, but for the most part, dev teams seem to actually listen. However, in this one, they just aren't listening for some reason. But I am glad to see there is communication coming from Keith, and he did talk to some other people, clarifying some other situations as well. But this is what we're going to get. We're going to get a lot of bug fixes, which hopefully those bug fixes won't break anything else. But we've all been playing MMOs and games for years now, haven't we? So we know how this game goes. We do. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen, I promise. But yeah, so there you go. So yay, they're going to fix some stuff. That's awesome. I'm glad they're going to do it. They need to do it. Hey, March 22nd literally is not that far away, which, man, time is going by so quickly. It's like the universe is up to something. But it just needs to be a lot more detailed. because it's horrible with detail. But yeah, so we got fixes. I'm happy about that. Let me know, because I'm all over the place. Let me know in the comment section below, my friends, what you think about this. What are the major bugs that you want to see fixed? I will have to say the Malgus one is probably a really big one. That's a big one to do. And the Chair of Death also seems to be one in my world. I think just the bugs that stop you from being able to play and be immersed in the game, those are the major ones, and they need to work on. So hopefully that'll be it, and it'll be done. It'll be great. Anyways, my friends, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you like what to see here. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm likes us, and the more to the front of the class we go. And, of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button and become part of the family here at Boomy Nation, the freak show of YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And, as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community. And don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiees. And we'll see you later, my friends. Good day. And scene.